The rhythmic clatter of the train was a soothing lullaby to most, but for Alara, it was the backdrop to an afternoon adventure in her book. Lost in the pages, she barely registered the world rushing by outside her window. Then, a flicker of movement caught her eye. Not the blur of trees, but a small shadow tucked behind a luggage rack, quivering like a frightened bird. Curiosity tugged at her like a loose thread. Alara closed her book, the words fading like whispers. She carefully approached the hiding figure, a girl, no older than 7, with eyes wide and dark as a moonless night. "Hey there," Alara said softly, kneeling. "Why are you hiding?" The little girl's voice was a mere breath. "They're coming for me." A chill snaked down Alara's spine, a premonition of something sinister. She didn't hesitate. A protective instinct bloomed in her chest. "It's okay, I'm here. I'll help you." She didn't realize she was stepping onto a path paved with danger. A few moments of nervous silence. Then, the carriage door burst open with a jarring bang, and a trio of rough-looking men stormed into the train car. Their eyes scanned the space with predatory intent. Alara's hand flew to the little girl, pulling her closer. They scrambled behind a row of seats, hearts hammering like trapped birds. The men, their voices gruff and menacing, were searching, calling out a name. They didn't look like ordinary passengers. Panic prickled Alara's skin. They needed to hide better. They huddled together as the men interrogated an old, shifty-eyed passenger, who glanced nervously toward the seats. The old man, after a whispered exchange and some money, pointed towards their hiding spot with a trembling finger. The men advanced, their heavy boots pounding on the floor. They started knocking hard on the seats beside them. The girls held each other tight, the only sound their ragged breaths. Desperate, Alara fumbled with her necklace. A delicate gold chain, an heirloom from her grandmother. She held it out, her voice trembling but firm. "Please, take this. Just leave us alone." The men snatched the jewelry, their eyes glinting like scavengers, and left as quickly as they had appeared, leaving the girls shaken but unscathed. The two girls waited, barely daring to breathe, for what felt like an eternity before emerging from their hiding spot, only to find that the train had transformed. It was eerily silent and completely empty, all the other passengers gone. Fear quailed in Alara's stomach. The silence was short-lived. From the shadows at the end of the carriage, the bad guys emerged, grinning wickedly. One of them snatched the little girl, who let out a small cry of terror. Alara's heart seized. Time seemed to slow as she realized the terrible trap they'd fallen into. Driven by a sudden surge of adrenaline, she scrambled for an emergency exit door she had seen earlier. Frantically pulling and yanking, it finally screeched open, revealing not the endless blur of the landscape, but a contingent of police officers. "Help us!" Alara cried, her voice raw with desperation. "They've taken the other passengers." The officers were instantly alert, charging onto the train with a powerful determination. The villains, caught off guard, were quickly apprehended, and the stolen passengers released. The carriage filled with relieved chatter and grateful hugs as everyone thanked Alara for her bravery. The little girl, no longer trembling, was soon tucked safely into Alara's side. As the train finally continued its journey, carrying its now safe passengers, the little girl's head rested softly on Alara's shoulder, her breath even and peaceful. The setting sun painted the sky in hues of orange and gold, a quiet promise of safety and peace after the terrifying ordeal. The rhythmic rocking of the train lulled them both into a much-needed rest, a testament to the unexpected heroism that bloomed from a simple act of kindness.